Project management has never been about tasks. It has always been about coordination, deadlines, dependencies, unspoken assumptions, information moving between people at different speeds. For years, software helped us track work. Now, something quieter is happening. Software is beginning to interpret work, and that distinction changes the role of the project manager. In this episode, we examine how AI is being integrated into modern project management tools, what these systems are actually doing beneath the interface, and where they create meaningful leverage. Not hype, not replacement, but structural assistance. To understand the shift, consider how traditional project tools functioned. Platforms like Asana, Trello, and Jira were primarily organizational layers. They stored tasks, displayed boards, tracked status. The intelligence came from the team. Humans decided priority. Humans noticed delays. Humans interpreted risk. AI integration changes that dynamic subtly. These systems now observe patterns. They summarize discussions. They suggest timelines. They detect potential bottlenecks. The interface looks familiar, but the behavior is different. Let us look at the first category of tools. AI-powered task summarization and meeting synthesis. In platforms like ClickUp and Notion, AI can now transform long comment threads into structured updates. Imagine a product sprint with 50 scattered comments across multiple tasks. Instead of reading each entry, the system generates key decisions, open questions, emerging blockers. This reduces cognitive scanning. The project manager's attention shifts from collecting information to evaluating it. That is a meaningful redistribution of effort. Second, predictive scheduling and timeline assistance. In tools such as Monday.com, AI analyzes past project data to estimate completion times and flag unrealistic deadlines. For example, if similar marketing campaigns historically required 3 weeks and a new task is assigned 5 days, the system highlights the discrepancy. It does not enforce change. It surfaces probability. This is subtle, but surfacing probability changes decision quality. Project managers move from reactive adjustment to anticipatory correction. Third, automated task generation from conversation. Increasingly, platforms integrate AI that listens to meeting transcripts or Slack discussions and proposes task entries automatically. Instead of manually converting discussion into structured action items, the system drafts them. The human role becomes confirmation, approve, edit, clarify. This reduces translation friction between conversation and execution. And in many teams, that translation is where work is lost. Fourth, risk detection through pattern recognition. In complex environment software development, AI can monitor issue velocity, bug frequency, and dependency shifts. In systems like Jira, AI-assisted insights highlight anomalies. For example, a sudden increase in reopened tickets, a dependency chain that concentrates too heavily on one contributor, a milestone that has been silently rescheduled multiple times. None of these signals are dramatic individually, but aggregated, they reveal systemic risk. AI's value here is patternability. It notices what busy teams overlook. Fifth, AI-assisted documentation and reporting. Weekly status reports often consume hours. AI tools can now draft summaries directly from project data, completed tasks, delayed items, upcoming milestones. The report becomes a starting point rather than a blank page. This changes the role of communication. Project managers refine tone and emphasis, instead of assembling raw information. The improvement is incremental. But over months, incremental savings compound. Sixth, workload balancing and resource allocation. Some AI-enabled platforms analyze task distribution across team members. If one contributor consistently exceeds capacity while others remain underutilized, the system suggests redistribution. It does not mandate change. It introduces visibility. Visibility reduces silent burnout, and burnout is often invisible until it becomes disruption. Seventh, natural language interaction with project data. Instead of navigating dashboards manually, managers can now ask, what tasks are at risk this week? Which projects have the highest delay probability? The system translates language into structured queries. This lowers access barriers. Insights that require deep familiarity with filters and reports become conversational. However, interpretation still requires judgment. The system surfaces data. It does not define strategy. Across these tools, a consistent pattern emerges. AI in project management does not replace leadership. It reduces administrative overhead. It compresses information loops. It enhances visibility. The deeper change lies in feedback speed. When feedback loops shorten, coordination improves. And coordination is the core of project success. There are misconceptions worth clarifying. One assumption is that AI will eliminate the need for project managers. In practice, the opposite may occur. As AI reduces mechanical tracking, the importance of human alignment increases. Teams still require negotiation, contextual prioritization, conflict resolution, AI-assist structure. Humans maintain coherence. Another misconception is that AI guarantees accuracy. Predictive estimates are probabilistic. Summaries can omit nuance. Automated task generation may misinterpret intent. These systems are assistive layers. They are not authority layers. The project manager remains accountable for interpretation. What makes this shift significant is not individual features. It is integration. AI is becoming ambient within project tools, embedded in comment threads, hidden in dashboards, activated during report generation. This ambient intelligence changes expectations. Teams begin to assume instant synthesis, immediate pattern detection, automatic summarization, and assumptions alter workflow norms for everyday users, creators, startup founders, small teams. The implications are practical. First, less time spent on coordination mechanics. Second, earlier detection of slippage. Third, easier onboarding for new team members through AI-generated context summaries. These benefits are not revolutionary. They are structural. They smooth friction. And friction reduction often determines whether projects stall or sustain momentum. At a system level, AI in project management represents the transition from passive record keeping to active workflow mediation. The software no longer just stores information, it interprets it. That interpretation is limited, but even limited interpretation shifts behavior. Teams become more data-aware, deadlines become probability-aware, risks become pattern-aware. Over time, this cultivates more disciplined execution. It is important to remain measured. AI will not fix unclear strategy. It will not resolve misaligned incentives. It will not replace thoughtful leadership, but it can reduce the cognitive burden of oversight. And when oversight becomes lighter, attention can move to higher order decisions. In conclusion, AI in project management is not dramatic, it is infrastructural, quiet, incremental. The tools reviewed today, across task synthesis, predictive scheduling, risk detection, and workload balancing, share a common theme. They shorten feedback loops, they surface patterns, they reduce administrative translation. The project manager's role evolves from tracker to orchestrator, from compiler to interpreter. And that evolution mirrors a broader trend across technology work. As intelligence becomes embedded in systems, human value shifts upward, toward judgment, toward coordination, toward clarity. This is Neural Pulse Lab, observing quiet shifts, examining structural change, and understanding how intelligent systems reshape the work beneath the surface.